You are not always going to approve of me as an audience. And that is not only perfectly okay, it's also what I want. When I first created this channel, I was all over the place. I was doing fashion videos, and then I kind of started to do theme park content where I was inspired at the time by other content creators that did theme park content and showing how an amazing of time that they had, because I do enjoy going to theme parks. And then what happened was I went to the theme parks and I did not have that great of a time. It was a mixed review. Honestly, there were things I enjoyed about going and there were things I didn't enjoy about going. And I was saying to myself, how do I do this? How do I go to the theme park and have a good time, or want to potentially, document my life and my experience if I'm having some not so pleasant experiences at the theme park? Or maybe I see something at the theme park that I know in my gut that I need to talk about, or something that I know is just not right, like some of the things that I've talked about with the theme parks. And so I actually held back on some of that content. It was a while till I would start to talk about some of the experiences that I had had at the theme parks. And all of a sudden I started to post it, and I started to see kind of a different response from the audience, where suddenly other people were also sharing their experiences. And it wasn't so much that we all had to fake it, that everything was a kumbaya, let's all sing and rock back and forth world. It was okay to admit, I went to Disney, there were things that I liked and there were things that I didn't like, and you just using Disney as an example. And so that was kind of like the door opening, in a sense, to this idea on my channel of Nicole Approves. The channel in itself has been very much so, I think, a road to self-discovery. Yes, if you look at my channel, you will see that it took an interesting turn towards politics. That was not intentional. If anything, there were a lot of things that I had on my mind as my personal political views that for a long time I was very afraid, in a sense, to put out onto my channel, because I thought that the feedback would be very bad. And the feedback has been mostly positive, because what you end up realizing as you start to speak is that other people want to speak as well. And we've all been kind of, one way or another, it could be childhood trauma, it could be just the way we grew up, it could be the liberal media, it could be a huge combination of reasons of why we've never been able to speak or really raise our true opinions. To this day, I will watch Disney content creators, and some of them, again, just as an example of the conformity, there's a girl that does primarily merchandise review. She'll go and she'll say, oh, I don't see this, having the smell it's supposed to have, the product was supposed to have. In other words, one of those scratch and things where you smell like a floral smell off the product or something like that. But then she goes, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my nose. Or you'll watch another live streamer, he does a lot of Disney live streaming content, and he'll try a snack at Disney and he'll be like, it didn't really taste good to me. And then he'll quickly go, but maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my taste buds. It's like, what is wrong with becoming the type of person that you say, hey, I enjoy going to Disney, but that product sucked, or that food item sucked? That's okay. When I started to do the political content, what I realized was that not only was I passionate about talking about this, I also felt like I had a great purpose to it. A lot of my content that actually did very well on this channel was political in nature and controversial, and it was videos that I was very passionate about, and I stand by them. And again, I think the reason it did so well is that a lot of these videos did resonate with a lot of people. Again, YouTube for me has been very much so a pathway of self-discovery, and no way am I there yet. I think I'm also very hypercritical of my channel. I think, as a lot of people who do any type of creative content are, you never really feel like it's quite there. So I know that I've made a video like this in the past, but it really is true. As I see the channel and the layout of the channel, I realize that it's becoming more and more of me. again, when I first started the channel, I thought I was going to do fashion blogs and this and that, and or go to Disney and show you very, very much so the everyone let's rock back and forth. And people would say that would be a very superficial channel. And they're, I was going to say not knocking them, but I guess it is knocking them. If you watch a channel and you don't hear one bit of criticism, whether it be on the fashion videos you do, the products you buy, or going to a theme park, there's something, either you really love everything you see and touch, or you are fake. I don't want to be on Disney's dime. I don't want to be on Universal's dime. And I don't want to be on you, the audience's dime. I am very well aware that as content creators, we rely on the views and we rely on the audience and building a community. But I can build a community without being fake. And I understand as I build that community, there's going to be those that tell me to go F off and don't want to be a part of watching this channel. And there's going to be those that love everything I do. And then there's going to be people that are kind of in the middle. And that is absolutely okay. That means Harris didn't win. People would say, like, well, what does Harris have to do with this? Well, the joke about, again, bringing in the political content that I'm so passionate about is true. We had a candidate that was running for president that probably would have made our United States look a lot like the UK, where you can't apparently think in your head without getting arrested.
What are you here for today?
Physically, I'm just standing here.
Okay. Why here of all places? I know you don't live. Are you standing here part of the protest?
No, I'm not protesting.
Are you praying?
I might be praying in my head.
You are not always going to approve of me, and that is okay. It's what builds healthy opinions. It's what builds controversy. Controversy can be and is a good thing. It creates a difference of opinions for us to share our opinions. A lot of times we get to common ground by disagreeing. There's going to be videos, again, I use kind of Disney just as an example, but there's going to be audience members out there who, as they have voiced, can say, I agree with a lot of your political content. That's how I found your channel, but I don't agree that you go there, and that's okay. There's going to be those that write on my channel, I really like you as a content creator and as a person, and although I don't personally want to go there, I'm glad you're having fun there. I have content creators saying, I'm kind of middle of the road. I'm a conservative, but you know what? I like going to theme parks, and I'm not going to kind of not do everything that makes me happy. There's going to be viewers out there on my channel who find me for that time I went to Universal or Disney, or you found me through one of my shorts and then you see my political content and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch this channel. There's going to be viewers who watch me and are kind of just like, I like everything you do. It's about, for me, finding, I don't know if it's the middle of the ground type of viewer, but it's a viewer that can appreciate the fact that we're going to disagree, if that makes sense. You understand that you're not going to agree with me on everything I do, and that I am perfectly okay with that. Again, I use Disney kind of as just an example. I know it's kind of like one of those contested things that a lot of conservatives don't like, theme parks, and especially right now Disney, and kind of like the mode Disney has been in for a while. And in a sense, money talks, and eventually Disney may change their ways. For one reason or another, I like certain things that may not be resonating with everyone. And maybe it reminds me of childhood. Maybe it's that I wish Disney was the old Disney.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dreamers of all ages.
Whatever it is, I am okay with being perfectly authentic on this channel and saying that there's things that I'm going to like and do that I'm not going to censor myself in order to appeal to an audience. It's about, for me, finding an audience overall who watches my content, and I feel like a lot of you are that way, and I appreciate so many of you who are that way, who kind of just like me for me. It's okay to disagree with me. There's going to be a subscriber out there who's like, I don't like that you go to Starbucks. Okay. I think that the point is about finding not finding it, but as I create my content, it is for me about finding an audience as a whole, which I think will happen just naturally over time, who likes my content for me. It means that one video may click with you, another may not, but it's an overall concept of You watch a channel because you feel like you vibe with the person. And that's okay if some don't. I would never want to create content where I have groomed myself in a certain way to appeal to a certain type of viewer. The answer is, unfortunately, the answer is go. If you don't feel that you can stand watching a channel because they do A, B, and C, then go. Because I am never going to be the type of content creator or person to not speak the truth or to kowtow in order to get approval. What I can say is that I feel that as I have become more authentic on this channel, put out more videos, and really been speaking my mind, even if they're controversial topics, I feel like more and more and more I am building that audience that is watching my channel for me. And is okay with voicing their opinions. I like this, I don't like this, I like this, whatever. And it's just about kind of staying on that track and not kowtowing and continuing to build content that resonates with me and what I believe in. And hopefully some people are here for along the journey and the ride. And I think that that's been happening steadily. It's about me not being the type of person that deviates. And I think I'm getting there. I have never been the type to kowtow. I remember when I was really young and I was in, elementary school. It must have been like kindergarten or first grade. I got in trouble in school in like kindergarten or first grade because I told the teacher that I believed in aliens. It was some lesson like on the pyramids or something like that. I'm like, aliens built the pyramids. No way any human could build that. It has like passageways and things. I was like in first grade. A lot where I was speaking. I was speaking my little first grade mind. And I'm very proud of these stories when I hear them as an adult, that I was the type of first grader that was telling the teacher, no, there's aliens. And I was going to make a funny pun, in today's political world, we deal with a lot of that right now, with like the El Salvadorian sleepaway camp situation that's happening right now. See, I brought politics into it. But I'm glad you're here for the ride and this video and for my talk on aliens. And I'm appreciative of it. And I will see you all again soon in my next video, whether it's a short, a long form content, or whatever. There's a plane. It is loud. But I will see you all again soon in my next video, and bye!
In just a few minutes, the Magic Kingdom invites you to enjoy our nighttime spectacular, Happily Ever After.
The kind of man who will love me just the way I am, who will love me, the good, the bad, the ugly. Everyone's got some